It is 8:48 p.m. Calling us to order. L&A meeting on March 15th, following the RTM meeting. Can we, Drew, do you want to do a roll call, or do you want to just say who's here? Josh is here.
Drew's here.
Hey.
Regards.
Jeff.
Bill.
Okay. So I don't think we have Pam or Christine.
I just
right?
got on. Is Karen on the line?
No, I'm wondering, do we have to go back to the other meeting, you think?
I don't know. I tried to log back into the main meeting, and it says notify host, but we didn't finish the agenda.
Right.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I texted Karen, and I have not heard back yet.
Okay.
So we were just going to go ahead and...
As a secretary, I'm just asking for the roll call. It's Bill, Jeff, Drew, Pam, Jill, Josh currently. Yes? And who moved to call to order? That was you, Josh?
Yeah. Jeff, do we have to we don't have to do a vote to call to order. I can just do that, right?
Yeah, you don't have to vote to do it. You just do it.
Yeah.
For what?
Is it?
To call to order. I just call it to order, right? That's not like a vote or a second.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just reading here.
So
it says member name moved and member name seconded. So I was just making sure that I had the information I'm supposed to have for the committee meeting.
Yeah, we're calling to order. It's just the chair that does that.
And a quorum.
Yep. Okay, so we're moving on here, and we may have to pause and go to the main meeting. But for now, let's go to.
Well, honestly, I don't know how we're going to do any of the bonding stuff because it's mixed in with this bonding. Aren't they all embedded bonds?
It looked like it.
I mean, the items. I'm looking at the agenda. And you may be right, but I do see separate items on the agenda that we could address. But I'm totally flexible. If you guys think we should sit tight.
Hold on one second. Let me just.
And Josh, could you do approval of the minutes too?
Yes, thank you.
Hi guys, it's Karen.
Hi.
Anybody?
Do we need to log back in?
Well, I don't think we can because Dave Kelly terminated the meeting, so I don't think we can. So I thought that Angelus was saying when he did the Burr roof thing that he was there at that moment also doing the other things. And so I said to everybody, if you have questions about 3 or 8 or 9, please let me know so we can ask him. But Christine said they actually had presentations they were going to do it for 8 or 9. So I misunderstood what he said, or he misunderstood my question. So I'm going to ask him to come back for the meeting Monday, and Christine's going to send an email to me for me to send to everybody saying if you have questions, get in touch with her or Angela. So
should you?
There's no way for
should you
Steve
send
to
out
turn
the
it back
presentation so
Wait,
we can
too
all
many voices.
read it? It's
I
true.
don't know.
Can
Too
he
many
send us the
voices.
presentation so we have something to ask questions about?
I guess I don't know if it's a PowerPoint, but I'll ask. Yeah.
There's no way for Dave Kelly to turn it back on?
I don't know. I don't know if I have. I don't think I have his cell phone number.
Would there be an issue with any kind of FOIA issue if we start a meeting that was been called over?
That was my concern too. I feel like that anyone who was listening hung up and they don't know we're going back and talking about something else.
That would be a problem. I don't think we can do that.
Yeah. Because Fair TV shut off too.
I mean, I don't think it's magic because we have times that we had other times where the person presenting at the committee couldn't make it and had to present at the meeting. So I feel bad for Angelus because he waited the whole meeting, but I didn't understand I didn't understand what was happening. So I think it's okay. I mean, it's a shame people didn't get to hear it before we're meeting right now, but
so
there you have it.
So, all right, just if I look at it, it's Pam. If I look at the agenda, so we heard the Burr roof, right? So item number 3 we could discuss and vote on, right? Is there anything from? I'm just trying to read these things. Is there anything in the 3.92 purchase of vehicles and equipment for the public works? So that's easy. So we could do item 4, right?
Yeah.
Resolution appropriating $1 million for the paving.
Everything
we
but
heard
8
that,
or 9.
so we could do that.
Yep.
Isn't it everything but 8 or 9?
Yeah, I think you're right.
8 or
the
9, 8
ECC,
9 are the ones.
is
Yeah.
6. What's item 7? Anybody know what that is?
That's the various capital non-recurring bonds, and Jared didn't go through the individual.
And does that have Board of Ed stuff in it?
It does, but Jared presented it.
Right.
Yeah, Jared did.
And Angelus didn't have anything on it?
I don't know. I'm assuming not, because he didn't speak up during item 7. That was just Jared.
All right.
I mean, we can abstain from anything we want to tonight and hear it on Monday, right? So I propose that we just go through this agenda and we do what we can and we postpone what we can.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's 8 and 9. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Sharon, this is Drew.
Okay.
Do you need to communicate that to the other committee chairs so that they know?
I'm about to send an email to everybody. I'm just going to send an email to everybody and explain that. I don't think that it prohibits anyone from approving it, even if they didn't hear the presentation, because we have all the materials, and some people might have seen the presentations with other boards. So I don't think that means.
And the committee votes are non-binding, so I don't. They can vote however they want to and vote again on Monday. And
right. If
so I'd like to move forward here with our meeting, unless anyone has anything else.
Approval of the minutes, Josh?
Yes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
I'll move that. It's Karen.
Oh, thank you. And a second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you. Moving on, and thank you, Representative Georgiadis. Okay, we're on item 3, which is the Burr roof replacement proposal. Can I have? I'm sorry, I just adopted a dog, and he is not behaving himself. Can I have a motion on this one?
I'll move. Jill.
Thank you. And a second?
Second, it's
Bill.
Pam.
Thank you. And any discussion on this item?
Is Christine here just for the roll call?
No, I don't believe she is.
Okay.
Okay. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? All right. Thank you. Item 4, that is the vehicle bonding, the 3.92 for vehicles that we just heard about from DPW. Can I have a motion on this item?
So moved. It's Pam.
And a second?
I'll second. Jill.
All those. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Item 5 is the $1 million related to road paving. Can I have a motion?
So moved. It's Pam.
And a second?
Karen.
Thank you.
Second, Karen.
Any discussion?
This is Drew. I have a question. So can someone, I should probably know this, so can someone explain to me why this paving money isn't in the budget under paving and why it's being a separate item, or is this
It's bonding.
It's for
it's
bonding.
It's for bonding.
Both.
I believe that there is money in the budget as well. There usually is.
Correct.
But this would be
I thought it was $1 million.
bonded money that we borrow to do this portion of the paving.
Correct. It's in both, Drew.
It's in both. Okay, because I was confused. So thank you. Okay.
Which is not to say that it has to be that way. There is a whole history of us moving it out of bonding and into the budget, and then it sort of sneaked back into bonding a bit.
Right, but if you remember what happened, last year, because of the budget that we had, they took the $2 or $3 million. I don't remember what the original number was, and they moved $1 million out of the operating and bonded it, and the rest went into operating. And then something happened when Brian Carey was there that the bonded portion never got put forward. They agreed to bond it, but we never did, and that's what we're doing right now.
Okay.
So this is essentially just redoing last year's bond.
This is following through from last year.
Okay,
Wait,
I'm good with that.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, Pam. So you're saying that it was it was supposed to be bonded last year. The $1 million was spent last year.
No, what happened was last year, and I can't remember how much we agreed to do. I don't remember. Let's just for argument's sake, say it was $3 million that we were going to put in operating budget for paving. When the Board of Finance did the budget and they did that whole COVID budget, they agreed to move $1 million out of operating and bond it. Okay, so we funded. Let's just, for argument's sake, say $2 million. I can't remember.
$1 million less than we needed.
$1 million less than we needed. So $2 million went into the operating budget, and I presumably got done. And then someone needed to start the resolution to get the bonded amount. So there needed to be a trigger to come before all the bodies to bond the additional $1 million, and no one ever did that.
But we spent. But so we didn't spend the $3 million. We only spent $2 million last year.
We only spent the money out of the operating budget. We didn't spend the other $1 million because we didn't bond it.
So we didn't go over. Okay, so we shortchanged.
We shortchanged ourselves
by $1 million.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So it was approved.
Correct.
But we're not approving
no.
second
it was,
million.
No, it was never approved. It was agreed upon that we would do it this way. But the resolution never happened.
So this isn't like an additional $1 million. This is just catching up.
It's money that would have been in the operating budget, but because of COVID, they moved to bonding, and we never bonded it.
No, I understand that. Right. We never bonded it. So that sort of disappeared. It's not hovering out there, right? It just sort of fell off the cliff, and now we're finally getting it done.
But we should see in the budget from last year, we should be favorable $1 million in paving from this year.
I don't think so because it was a bond that was never bonded.
It's not in debt service if that's what you're asking because it was never bonded, correct?
It was a bond that was never. It was a bond that was never bond. Right.
It was an agreement. It was an agreement to bond it, and then it never got followed through with the actual bond resolution that we voted on, I believe.
Correct.
So this is replacement, not additional.
No, Drew, it was money that was allocated, and it's just how we're paying for it.
I know, it's a replacement bond and not an additional bond. I understand.
It's not a replacement bond. It is the bond. We never bonded it. It is the bond.
Well, I think
it's not
Drew
a replacement.
Understands that. She's just saying it in a different way. She's saying it's not extra money. It's the same thing that we plan to do last year.
We are not double dipping here. This is the same $1 million that would have been bonded last year, but it wasn't.
That's what.
But I think
thank you.
This all hinges on the idea that we actually paved $1 million less last year than we had said we were going to.
Agreed.
Yes.
Okay.
Which they must have because they didn't have the money to pay for it.
Right.
Any other discussion of this item?
I think it would be helpful to see the discussion before the Board of Finance last year when they made this agreement to bond, because I don't like the idea of bonding for paving, but I feel compelled to support what they did if it was in order to create a 0% budget, and it was a deal that they made to do this. But I just want to see that language. I don't remember this from last year.
I kind of do. I remember being shocked because, this is a group that's very anti-bonding, bonding for paving. So I remember it was kind of an eye-opener to see these people. But it was extenuating circumstances, I guess.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Bill, because I've been I'm not in favor of bonding paving, but I agreed to do it because of the circumstances.
I mean, it'd be nice.
However, that doesn't mean we. Go ahead. Sorry.
No,
well,
go ahead.
I feel
would like
for
to
me
hear her say
personally,
it's not going to happen again. Yeah.
Right. I feel personally that I need to support this because I kind of think I said it that I would. To be honest with you, I pulled the minutes of something, and I.
Well, you're saying you said you did what last year.
Yeah,
right. Like I think I did commit to voting in favor of this. I think I did commit to voting in favor of this. Me personally, I'm talking about me personally.
But understood. But a person could also look at it like, well, that was last year, and that doesn't mean that it's right.
And we didn't need it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you should say that. I'm just saying that is one way to look at it.
Sure, except for the fact that now we're really going to fall behind on paving, and that was the whole point of doing it this way.
Or it could go into the budget and replace something else.
Right. Go in. That's what was my initial question. Is like, why are we bonding it?
Because we're in a hole. The budget, the tax increase is 6.5%, and we don't want it to be bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I would definitely want to hear the first selectwoman say she's not going to ask for this again. Because I think people went were pretty extreme about saying like this should not happen. Not people were pretty resolute that we shouldn't be doing this, but in an emergency, you do what you got to do.
Any other discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Yes,
Aye.
I'm
Okay.
going to abstain.
Okay.
Abstain is Jill and Drew.
Okay. Moving on to number 6. This is a resolution. This is the change in the resolution for the ECC Center, the additional funds. Do I have a motion on this one?
So moved. It's Pam.
Approve it.
And a second?
Carrie will second.
Bill.
Pam and
Or
Bill.
You good, Drew?
I got
Okay.
Pam and Bill.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Any discussion on this item?
Just a comment that I thought the savings were going to be a lot bigger than what they were showing. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I
It
did
was
too.
pretty paltry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure it covers
I'm glad
the bonding.
I'm glad you asked about insurance, Bill, because I don't think I realized or I forgot that Fairfield will be running it, not Fairfield and Westport. So there is some risk.
I had to keep reminding myself why we got into this deal to begin with, and it was because we as a town had to get out of the basement of the police station.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I couldn't remember. I kept saying, why are we doing this? And then I had to go back and remember why we did it. And I agree that the savings are disappointed as to what we had originally anticipated. However, then I had to remind myself, again, we didn't do this because we were going to get a deal. We did it because we had to get out of the basement. So the fact that we're at least getting something is better than nothing, is what I had to remind myself about.
Yep.
And we're far down along the road. It's not like we can revisit this.
Yeah,
And we can't put it back in
like
the basement of a floodplain either. So
right.
no place
So
to
that
go.
and that's why I was like, well, at least it didn't come out the wrong way. It just came out less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any other discussion?
My only comment was that Jared seemed to be still determining the pricing, and I want to make sure that the pricing covers the insurance, all those things. That all those things are taken into consideration when
that was covered. That was covered ad nauseum at the Board of Finance meeting. Those guys got pretty deep into that, and he took note of it. And that the final determination on all of that will be at the Board of Selectmen level, but he agreed, and the Board of Finance wanted him to come back and
more specifics.
Well, not more. Yes, they wanted
like
a better understanding.
As why he has the things he has to charge because of X, Y, and Z cost. Okay,
right, exactly. So they if you watch that meeting, they go deep on it.
Anything else on this item? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Moving along to item 7, which is a 20-year bond for $4.3 million for which one is this? This is 20-year bond. Oh, this is the long list of a lot of things that Jared did not go through. It's a variety of things. Let's see, do I have it open?
I've got mine open here. Of certain non-recurring capital projects and authorizes funds to finance such appropriations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was looking for a couple of the items, but it's such a huge folder on the file, I'm not going to be able to grab them up quick. So, So, unless anyone has it open and can reflect on what's in there, it is a lot of items from mostly from the town, I believe, and one or maybe several from the Board of Ed side.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have. It's still downloading the. Even if I am able to get it, I won't be able to find it in the packet.
Do you want me to read it? I've got it open.
No, read it. Can you just give us some highlights of what's in there?
Yeah. So it's there's DPW stuff, Independence Hall, office renovations, police department, new HVAC. There's flood control study, townwide guide rail and fencing. I am reading it. Sorry. Black Rock Turnpike design. Road safety improvements, bridge design for Congress Street, culvert repair, pumper LSN 11, fire station rehabilitation, Pine Creek Park playground, the Lake Mohegan playground splash pad replacement, and Board of Ed. There's a mechanical system investment.
Thank you. That's helpful.
And that's
did I get a motion? I don't think I got a motion on this yet. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion on this item?
Is this how they usually do it? Just pile all this stuff in because it?
Yes.
Yeah,
it has to be over 100,000. I think is the rule, right? Each item has to be over 100,000. And
they are just one is 100,000. Does it have to be over 100,000?
No, I mean it has to be 100,000 or more, equal or greater than.
Okay.
Can it be divided?
What do you mean?
Like, if we were to take issue with one of the projects, can we suggest bonding less, depending on the project we have an issue with?
I think so, because aren't we allowed to reduce? As long as we're reducing, I believe we are allowed to do that.
It wouldn't have to go back to the other boards?
Yes, I think it does have to go back. I'm not sure.
Even though it's a reduction?
Not for the RTM, we can reduce.
The bonding language might have to be adjusted, right? That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure.
That could just be going back to the lawyer, maybe.
Yeah. That might be all.
Which item were you worried about, Joe?
Independence Hall renovations?
Yes. I didn't take a good look at it, but I like the idea of renovations, but I just want to make sure it's not aesthetics, because I think it's so important to be addressing the mold issues, the underlying issues first, before doing like window dressings. So I was concerned when the first selectman's office was redone before taking into consideration and addressing, definitely some serious issues going on in town hall with just environmental issues.
From what I heard at the Board of Finance discussion with Bucky talking about it, it's looking at what to do with adding on space, potentially putting a bump, adding on an addition on the back of town hall to add more office space, that type of stuff. They talk about it at the Board of Finance meeting if you want to go back and look at that one, if that's helpful.
It is.
And I think, is this the one that includes like making the conference rooms remote meeting friendly or something like that too? Or?
I think we already funded that.
Oh, okay.
I thought we did anyway.
Maybe so. Well, we'll have this on Monday again, so we'll have an opportunity to ask questions, presumably, about the Independence Hall.
Okay.
Yeah. But Jill, try that Board of Finance meeting when he talks about that, because he talked about like that bump out on the back.
Okay.
Any other discussion of item 7? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Oh, wait, sorry. Do we have one favor?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I'm reading it.
Sure.
I read it. It looks okay to me.
If
I'm sorry, do we
want
have
a
anyone in favor?
This is the one we just discussed?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, item 7, the 4.3 for the long list that Bill was kind enough to read many of them to us.
Aye.
Okay, I'm hearing one aye. Do I have everybody? Okay, anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Aye.
I abstain.
Jill.
Rue, Jill,
Karen.
Josh, Karen,
I'll abstain. Sorry.
Jeff, and Bill.
I think, is Jeff still here?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So we have
Pam
one
and then
for
everyone else.
Everyone abstained except for one. We had one aye, right?
Correct. Pam.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving along. Item 8 and 9, do we even want to hear these, or do we just want to hear them and abstain, or what do we want to do?
I don't know what they are, so I'm personally abstaining.
Yeah.
So do we have to motion them and then abstain?
We don't have to. I think we probably should, though. I think we should move and abstain.
Okay, fair enough. So
yeah.
Okay, so fair enough. Item 8 is a bond resolution for $1.75 million for automation system upgrade at Ludlow. Do I have a motion?
Drew will motion.
And a
I'll
second?
Jill.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Item 9, which is a 20-year bond resolution for $3.6 million-ish for Board of Ed projects. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it,
Aye.
Karen.
Pam, sorry.
Is this item 9 or 10? Did we do 8 and 9?
This is item 9.
This is 9. This is 9. Okay.
And we have a motion. Do we have a second?
The motion is Pam?
Sure.
And
Yes.
the second is
I'll second Jill.
Jill.
Okay, any discussion on this? All those in favor? All those opposed?
Aye.
All those abstaining?
Okay, all
Aye.
in favor is Bill?
Bill, I mean, they're all, it's a long list, but it's all legit.
Okay. Opposed? Okay, so only one in favor, Bill.
And I believe everyone else abstained, because simply because we haven't heard this
None.
item yet.
Correct.
Abstain. Okay.
All right, that is our agenda. Any
Josh,
other business?
can I just? Yeah, I just wanted to. It's Pam. I just wanted to. I have the budget books in front of me, so I did want to point out. Last year we asked for $2 million. This budget book, the proposal, says $2 million, and I believe that what ended up was, I don't have the final budget book in front of me, was $1 million and then $1 million in paving. So I looked it up. And then what's in the budget this year, for your contemplation, is $1 million.
Yikes.
So it's $1 million in the operating budget, and they want another $1 million to be bonded.
Correct, but they never did the $1 million from last year. Correct.
I mean, that's
a lot, and we don't have a plan yet, even supposedly.
Well, no, it's not really a lot when you look at the 2 years together, right? You said they did $1 million last year.
Correct.
They did $2 million.
No, they did $1 million and put $1 million in bonding.
So that was the proposal, and then we moved. Remember, I said I couldn't remember if it was 3 or 2. I looked it up. It was 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 in total, including bonding, right? So
that's
they
my understanding.
only did $1 million last year.
That's
and
my
they
understanding.
only have $1 million in this year. And
that's
if
my
I remember,
understanding.
Tom Flynn's presentation that we never got, but it went into detail. I remember $1 million was kind of like that's pretty low for what the run rate would be, I think.
I agree with you.
So it was like between 1 and 3 in some years.
That's what I thought too, Bill. But I just wanted to circle back.
Do we have any action items?
Any what items did you say?
Action items? No.
No, we're wrapping up. I think minutes-wise, I think we're done.
None. Okay.
Yeah.
You want a motion to adjourn, Josh?
Yeah, unless anyone else has anything else, I'll take a motion. Thank you.
Okay, I'll move to adjourn.
Second?
Second,
Bill.
Pam.
Okay, thank you.
I never know
All
when
in
to
favor.
talk.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Aye.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Abstentions, opposed. All right, thank you, everybody. See you next week.
Good night.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.